Yeah, well, we were actually starting it in the summer of 2015. So I was in Calgary working a typical kind of corporate job. It was funny. And throughout that summer, I realized I really wasn't cut out for it. I mean, I always wanted to do entrepreneurial stuff, but I never really found where to grab onto to really
Okay.
harness that. So I was always interested in it. And but we were starting the business, so I was doing everything I could from a distance.
From
So
Calgary,
building a
yeah.
website and doing everything during the nights, getting the licensing all lined up. Whereas my parents and a family friend kind of did some carpentry work and got kind of a really, really basic production setup built. It was still a lot of work, but
Anything is.
yeah, that was the summer before my last year of university.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my fourth year, or my last year of chemical engineering, I was also starting Coldstream. So it was a busy year.
Was there ever a point in your career, I guess, where you had a job opportunity to stay out there and make, good money, but was there an opportunity, or I guess, like I said, when maybe you come home, you got to make less money, but at least it's a family business at the time? Was there ever that decision you have to make to not follow the money right away?
There was.
Yeah.
There was. I was really real with myself at the end of that year, because it was kind of funny how it worked. Because in that 4-month work term, I came out of there with a bad taste in my mouth because it was, like I say, a really corporate job,
Yeah.
and it was fine. It was great. I liked it in a lot of ways, but I guess the work style, I remember bringing it up specifically to a supervisor. I said, I got a lot of extra hours here. Do you guys prefer to pay out overtime, or should I just, take a week off in lieu and I'll head back to Nova Scotia a week early or something? And kind of looked at me in a frustrated way and said, well, that's kind of built into your pay to work those extra hours, and we don't really compensate for that. And I just didn't really agree with that. And I guess that really kind of pushed me over the edge to say, I think I do want to do my own thing. And nothing against them, but I'd never really pursued a career that direction after that. And so, yeah, I did jump right into running Coldstream after I finished university.
Yeah.
So I went through that last year of school where Coldstream was in its infancy. Finished university and basically had to make a decision. I said, I'll give myself 2 years to be at a salary point where it's equivalent to what I might be as an engineer.
Yeah.
Just because, there is a little bit more potential when you do something entrepreneurial for yourself. So
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, for sure. So I said, those are the pros and cons, I guess. There's, who knows what could happen with Coldstream. But I can tell you, I had a really, really modest compensation. And that was, I guess, my own decision partly. Wanted to really reinvest in the business in the early stages. And I didn't hit that mark in 2 years.
No?
2 years after.
I was going to say 2 years. That's not a long time.
Yeah. And you wouldn't believe I remember the notebook. I had 2 pages of calculations. It was like everything worked backwards. Like, what's it going to take for me to be able to make an equivalent amount as I would, working in an industry as an engineer.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all about that. It was about flexibility and do you enjoy what you're doing? But, I was trying to look out for myself in that way. And, long story short, in 2 years I wasn't there, but we'd made a lot of progress, enough to say, okay, this is still worth chasing after.
It's funny how when you hit that 2-year, 3-year mark and maybe you didn't reach your goal, but it's that little, okay, now we have another opportunity here. And it's like, I can't just leave that opportunity and go back to Calgary and work. It's like, I find with this business, there's always that one thing. It's like, oh, that's right there. Or am I just going to quit, or am I going to go back to this way? It's like, no, it's right there. I'm just going to go get it. It's right there. I'm just going to go get it. And those little moments just kind of keep me around, just keep me going, because as long as you stay positive, you work your ass off, things happen. And it's hard just to say no to those things that happen to you. And it's that, at least to me, that's the addicting factor. And when I hear your story about how, yeah, I had to take a serious look in the mirror 2 years in when I wasn't making my financial goal, and just to kind of look where the company is now, you must have had, hundreds of thousands of opportunities where, oh, that's right there, I got to get it. That's right there, I got to get it. And you must still be going through those moments of opportunities coming to you, which is wicked.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, you always got to be planting seeds. And in the beginning, it takes a lot more work to make them grow. Your efforts to see a return are
sometimes zero.
Yeah,
None.
Definitely not proportional.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely how it went. But